Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome everyone to the Dog Call. I'm your host, Armondo Black. And for one of the few times that I've actually did some content, some dog call content. I am live. I'm live in the flesh. Salute to you, OPP. Salute to you. Salute, salute, salute. Haven't had a chance to catch any NFL. I'm just gonna have to catch the replay on demand on a couple of games that took place today. I've been into the college football thing. Today is a huge day for college football, and I'm telling you, it is. It was. Hey, it today was very interesting. It was a very interesting day. Now we've all, and let me just get into it. We've all had our doubts about this college football playoff committee. We've all had our doubts about them. The rankings from the first of November, all even last week. I gotta admit, Tuesday was an improvement. It was a huge improvement. They could have did better, but today, today was the day, and I can sum it up just like this. One of my favorite R&B artists, Vanessa Williams. She had a song back in the days, and it went a little something like this: Save the best for last. That committee saved their best work for last. And today, when I tell you, in my opinion, the committee got it right, they got it right. Absolutely right. So, everyone, get your popcorn ready. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to break down the bracket and I'm going to explain to you why they made their decisions and the way they have these games set up, how brilliant they have these games slated. This committee, 5-star job today. Everyone, get your popcorn ready. I'm Armondo Black, and this is the Dog Call. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Salute to everyone. Salute. Welcome to a live edition of the Dog Call. I'm your host, Armondo Black. This is not pre-recorded. This is live. And saluted OPP. Salute to you, bro. Salute to my girl, 225 girl. Salute, salute, salute. And first things first, I would like to start off by congratulating the teams that made the playoffs. I would like to start off by congratulating them. Great, great. Salute to you, Thomas and Stevie. Salute. Great, 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 great season. Salute to you, Common Sense TV. Salute to you. Great season. All of these teams, they fought hard, and all of these teams, they made it. Some of these teams, it was their first time appearing in the playoffs. Let me go over some of them. The logo just keeps growing automatically every time I go to a new screen. Salute to you, Bacardi Obama. Salute to you. Salute and shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers. First time in the playoffs. Salute and shout out to the Penn State Nittany Lions. First time entering in the playoffs. SMU first time entering in the playoffs. Boise State, salute. First time entering in the playoffs. Arizona State, Tennessee, first time entering the playoffs. Salute and shout out to all of them. Congratulations. Congratulations. And I would also like to congratulate the conference championship winners. I'm going to start off with Army. Now I'm just, naming the major conferences. Army won the All American Conference. Boise State won the Mountain West Conference. Congratulations to Arizona State on that amazing performance yesterday in Dallas, where they mollywopped Iowa State. Salute to you, Arizona State, and that get, rewarded you with a number 4 seed and a bye in the playoffs. We all had you going 12. Everybody, every bracket I saw yesterday morning had you going 12, but the performance was so impressive to the committee that the committee decided to put you fourth and put the ACC champion at number 12. Salute to the Oregon Ducks, the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs. Congratulations to the Oregon Ducks and congratulations to the Clemson Tigers. They were dead in the water. 3 weeks ago, no one was even considering Clemson to be a playoff team, and lo and behold, that is your 3-loss team. A 3-loss team for the first time in history. 3-loss team entering the playoffs, and that is Clemson. So congratulations to the Clemson Tigers with 3 losses, winning the ACC championship. And this is the thing, everyone. They didn't come in as an at-large team. They actually won the conference. They won the ACC despite 3 losses, albeit the 2 of the losses were out of conference to South Carolina, the season finale, and Georgia, the season opener. They only had 1 ACC loss, and that was to Louisville back in, I think it was in October, late late October or something like that. But they handled their business in the ACC, and I think they went like 7-1, and then they won the ACC title last night. One of the best ACC championship games that I've ever seen, that I ever saw. Most of these ACC championship games were blowouts. Last night was a thriller. Started out as a blowout, and it turned into a thriller. And we're going to talk about that here shortly. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs. Against all odds, they lost their punter. They lost their starting quarterback, Carson Beck. And they came out in the second half. They had to put in Gunnar Stockton. And mind you now, Gunnar Stockton hadn't seen any action, any meaningful action this season. He got thrown into the Wolves, and I do mean the Wolves, because that Texas Longhorns defense was ranked number 1 in all categories in college football. Shout out to Gunnar Stockton, leading the Georgia Bulldogs to an SEC championship and handing Kirby his 3rd SEC title. Salute, 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 salute. I just wanted to get that on out the way first. Now let me go into my talking points here. And let me just speak to Bama fans. It came down the 11th spot, and here's the only thing that I would change. If I could change anything about this playoff format, the only thing that I would change is, if you are the last team selected, if you are the last at large team selected, you should go in as the 12th seed and not as the 11th seed. I feel like the conference champions, I'm not saying they deserve buys, and they're going to change this. I think this is going to be the last year that you will see a Mountain West Conference or Big 12 Conference or any conference champion with a multiple losses that you feel that don't deserve, or the committee feels that they don't deserve a bye. It'll just be seedings. It won't go by your conference. Now, what I do feel they should uh, should do is, if you win your conference, if you are a conference champion, you should at least be able to host a playoff game. But just because you're a conference champion, you should not just automatically be given a bye. That's one of the changes that I would make. The other change that I would make is the fifth conference champion. Salute to you, Russell Red. The fifth conference champion. The fifth conference champion. Russell Red, don't come in here with that. Don't come in here with that. No one, Russell Red, your offensive line was holding all day. You were holding all day. You got away with not one, not two, but three targeting calls. That was a dirty late hit on Carson Beck. All right. And you chop block, your offensive linemen were chop blocking all day. They were chop blocking Jalen Walker, and they were chop blocking Mikal Williams. Even the announcers mentioned that Texas got away with a lot of dirty play yesterday. A lot of dirty play. I feel like the ending of that game was nothing but karma, because that was a dirty play that was put on Carson Beck. And that hit that guy put on Gunnar Stockton, that was egregious. That was egregious. I don't give a damn if you are a fan of a team, if you're a fan. I don't condone trying to hurt someone's child. He's a player on the opposite team, but that's still someone's son. You could have ended that player could have ended that kid's life by the way he hit him. He could have, he just luckily by the grace of God, he got up. He got up and he was able to walk off the field. So I don't want to hear nothing about no referees, Russell Red. Y'all played dirty. Y'all played dirty the entire damn game. Y'all were chop blocking our defensive end and linebackers. Y'all were getting away with a lot. Was the officiating bad? Yes, it was. But y'all were playing dirty the entire game. That hit on Carson Beck's arm was unnecessary. He had already released the ball. It was unnecessary. He could have just tackled him. He knew what he was doing. That guy knew what he was doing. He was aiming for Carson Beck's arm. So I don't want to hear that. 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 Georgia is just a better team than Texas. Okay, just accept it. Georgia is a better team than Texas. That's two ass whippings in less than 2 months. What does that mean to you? Georgia's just a better team. We went, and I don't want to hear a damn thing about no Bevo. I don't want to hear nothing about no Bevo, because the first ass whipping that we gave y'all was down in Austin. That was the first ass whipping we gave y'all down in Austin, in your backyard. We went into your stadium, and we didn't even have a good day that day. We played terrible on offense, and we still beat your asses by double digits. And the only reason why that game was close was because of that dirty hit y'all put on Carson Beck and all that chop blocking that you was getting away with. Them crooked ass SEC referees. And that's why Kirby called out Greg Sankey at the podium. Because those crooked ass referees were allowing y'all to chop block our linebackers all day. If they was calling a clean game, we would have beat y'all's asses by 3 touchdowns. And that's a promise. Bro, y'all got the better quarterback. Ewers, I tell you this, Ewers, Ewers when Ewers will be an NFL. He'll be a good NFL quarterback. Archie Manning ain't all that. Archie Manning, it's a reason why he's the backup. Salute to you, Dubs. It's a reason why Archie Manning is the backup. Just remember now, a backup, Russell Red. See, y'all Texas fans kill me with this. Where if Arch Manning would have been in the game, it would have been different. If Arch Manning would have been, no, it's a reason why he's the backup, bro. Why the hell do you think he's the backup? Because Ewers is better. Ewers gives you a better shot at winning. Sarkisian, look, this man been coaching for what, 20 some years? He's one of the best offensive minds in college football. Hell, he was an offensive coordinator for the Falcons and did a damn good job. Almost took us to the Super Bowl that year that he was here. The man knows his football, and there's a reason why Arch is carrying a clipboard and yours is not. Yeah, he'll be starting next year. But I'm telling y'all thinking Arch gonna ride in on a white horse and deliver y'all a national title? Bruh, please. He ain't all that. He ain't no, I'm gonna put it like this. He ain't no Court McCoy. He ain't no Vince Young. Salute to you, Big Brazy. He ain't no Vince Young and he ain't no Colt McCoy. He ain't gonna ride in on a white horse and deliver y'all a national title. Other teams got 5-star quarterbacks too. Arch is just a Manning. That name. That's all. Take away that name, and he'll be just another 5-star quarterback. Because if he was all of that, he would be the starter. I mean, Sarkisian is just like any head coach. He wants his team to win. He wants to see his team win. So why would he put in the lesser or start the lesser quarterback over the better quarterback? Y'all Texas fans kill me with this crap. And it's just like Georgia fans. Georgia fans say the same thing. They're like, well, Rashada or Gunnar Stockton should be starting over Beck. No, no, no. It's a reason why they're the backup. They're a backup for a reason. They were beat out in camp, number one, and the starter is just performing better. So all of that's Arch. And Arch, in that first game down in Austin, Arch came in for 2 series. He got sacked, he almost threw an interception, and he almost turned the ball over. Salute to you, King on 29. Truth is, bro, y'all soft. Y'all are soft, bro. Texas soft, man. Y'all ain't been tested. Y'all let me break it down to you, Russell Red, if you still in here. Besides Georgia, who else have y'all played with a good defense? Who else have y'all played? And don't say Oklahoma, because Oklahoma had injuries the day y'all played Oklahoma. Y'all didn't play Bama. You didn't see Ole Miss. You didn't see Tennessee. You didn't see Missouri. You didn't see South Carolina. You didn't see Auburn. Those are 6 teams with good defenses in the SEC. You didn't see none of them. You only saw Georgia. Greg Sankey gave y'all an easy ass schedule, hoping that y'all would beat Georgia in Austin, but it didn't go down like that. Vandy. Vandy, really? Your defense is legit because y'all beat Vandy? Really? Vandy. Vandy, the same team that Tennessee dropped like 40 some, almost 40 points on. Vandy? Really? And y'all, how many points did y'all score on Vandy? I think it was like, what, 28? Y'all scored 28 points on Vandy? Well, come on, bro. Come on. Come on. Y'all a Big 12 team posing as a SEC team, bro. And I'm telling you like this, you better watch out for Clemson. You better watch out for Clemson. Clemson is a very dangerous matchup, and I'm gonna tell you why. Sarkisian has never won a playoff game. You know who has? The man he's facing. Y'all beat Alabama 2 years ago, bro. Y'all beat Alabama 2 years ago. You can't go by what Vandy beating Bama. Y'all didn't play Bama. Y'all didn't play Bama. Salute to you, L. Wallace. Y'all didn't play Bama. But I'm gonna tell you like this: y'all think y'all got a easy pathway to, in the playoffs, bro. Y'all better watch out for Clemson. Clemson is a dangerous team. Clemson has a big physical defensive line and a damn good secondary. And Dabo, unlike Sarkeesian, Dabo has actually won playoff games. Hell, Dabo won 2 national titles. Dabo is built for these type of moments. Sarkeesian not. Sarkeesian is the SEC version of Ryan Day. No pun intended to any Ohio State fan listening. Now, let's talk about Bama. Let's talk about Bama and SMU. The last spot came down between Bama and SMU. Now, let me break it down like this, okay? And I'm going to keep it totally honest. If SMU and Bama played tonight, my money would be on Bama. I'm just putting it out there. If SMU and Bama played tonight, my money would be on Bama. But if South Carolina and Bama played tonight, my money would be on South Carolina. So if South Carolina didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, why should Bama get in there? Bama should have took care of business. As a matter of fact, the morning that Bama played Oklahoma on College Game Day, they had Bama slated as the number 2 seed. All Bama had to do was take care of business against Oklahoma and Auburn, and they would have went to the SEC title, the SEC championship game, and probably would have played Texas. Now, I don't know if they would have won that game. I really don't think they would have beat Texas. But the thing is, to sit there and say that Bama, salute to you, Desmond G, to sit there and say that Bama is better than SMU, how do we know that? Can we be sure? Can we be sure that Bama is really better than SMU? How many of you would be willing to bet money on Bama beating SMU head to head? Salute to you, Slam New. How many of you would put up $100 or $1,000 that Bama could beat SMU head to head? I don't know if I could make that bet. I'm being honest with you. Because SMU has a nice, decent secondary. They have some fast linebackers. And they have a hellified offense. They have a hellified offense. So I would not make that bet. We don't know. It's not like last year where we all knew that Bama was better than Florida State. Now, I would have made that bet last year. When it came down between Florida State and Bama, I would have made that bet common sense. I would have made that bet. Hell yeah, Bama would have wiped the floor with that Florida State team. But this Bama team, I'm not sure that they could have beat SMU on a neutral site. But one thing I do know for sure, I highly doubt that Bama could beat Penn State. I don't think this Bama team could have went in Happy Valley and single digit temperatures in Happy Valley and beat that Penn State team that I saw play against Oregon last night. I don't think neither one of them can beat that Penn State team that I saw do what they did to Oregon last night. That Penn State almost came back and won that game. So, hey, I think the committee got it right. They thought about it. They was like, okay, well, I guarantee you, they went around the room and they asked each one of them, do you feel that Bama could beat SMU on a neutral field? Not in Bryant-Denny, on a neutral field. And I guarantee you the room was divided. Salute to you, Sikkim. How about them dogs? So they went with the more deserving. And the more deserving is SMU. Does SMU have any top 25 wins? No. But you know what else SMU don't have? They don't have no embarrassing losses. You can have all the top 25 wins on your schedule, but if you got two embarrassing losses to teams that you had no business losing to, they're going to put you out. Ask yourself this question. All right. So Notre Dame had, in my opinion, the most embarrassing loss out of all the teams in the playoffs. Do you honestly think that committee would have put Notre Dame in the playoffs had they lost the Army? Or if they would have lost to anyone else on that schedule? Do you honestly think that committee would have put them in the playoffs? No. No, sir. No, ma'am. Yeah, I'm live, Sikkim. I'm live. I'm live. I can't see that either, L. Wallace. I can't. CP3. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Welcome everybody that's in the chat that came out and joined me here on this Sunday evening. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Welcome to the dog call. So I agree with the committee, and this ain't got nothing to do with no Bama bias, because if you go back and you listen to the dog call, I said when Tuesday, after that Tuesday night, when everyone was in the uproar about Bama being put ahead of Miami, I agree with it. But I also said, if Clemson wins this game and it's close, if it's close, that committee should put SMU in. And they were going, and I said, this committee, there's no reason, no way in hell that they will leave SMU out if that game is close. Now, salute to you, Time. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, if Clemson would have kept their foot on the gas when Clemson was up 24-7, I was like, man, Bama in. I'm like, Bama in. Bama, hey, Bama, it's going to be Bama and Penn State. I said it's Bama. Bama in. But then in that fourth quarter, SMU started coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back. I was like, oh, hell. And when they tied it up, I was like, oh, man. All right, that's it. That's it. They gone. Because after I was like, the only way that Bama is going to get in now, SMU would actually have to take the game in overtime and win it. And which I do believe, if that Clemson kicker wouldn't have made that field goal, which I think the field goal kick was lucky, he ain't never kicked no 56-yarder on grass. So I think it was luck. I think the kick was lucky. Yeah, I think he was just damn lucky. But I do believe if SMU would have gotten that game in the overtime, SMU would have won, and Bama would have been in the playoffs, and it would have been Bama and Penn State, and SMU would have been playing Texas. It's just my opinion, but when that Clemson kicker, when he kicked that walk-off field goal, that walk-off kick, that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. But Bama, hey, Bama fans, I said it all week. I told you there was no way that committee was going to put you in over SMU if Clemson wins a close game against SMU. There was no way they were going to do it. All right, so let's go over this right here. I think the most intriguing matchup, in my opinion, in the first round is going to be Ohio State and Tennessee. Now, I will say this. Ohio State fans, don't sleep on Tennessee. Don't sleep on Tennessee. Tennessee got a damn good defense. Tennessee, I don't, first of all, let me just say this. I don't give a damn how cold it's going to be in Columbus, Ohio, because there's two things that travel: a good running game and a damn good defense. And Tennessee is bringing both. Tennessee has Dylan Sampson. Because see, what does Ohio State have problems with the most? When they run into Michigan, they have problems stopping the run. They have problems stopping the run. That's something that Tennessee does very, very well. They run the ball. Nico can run the ball. He can gas you for 30 or 50 yards. Dylan Sampson can break 70 or 80-yard touchdown on you. Tennessee has a big, stout O-line, big physical O-line. Even our defense, we barely could get to Nico. We weren't able to get to Nico until maybe like late in the fourth quarter. We got a couple of sacks. And that was only because Nico has a tendency of holding the ball a little too long. Our secondary had a good game that night. But I'm telling you, hey, it's going to be a good game. I'm not picking it right now, but I'm just saying, that's a bad draw. That's a bad draw for Ohio State. That's a dangerous team to draw in the first round. I don't give a damn about it being at home. And here's the thing I want to say about Ohio State having that game on home. At home, it would have been better if Ohio State would have been coming to Neyland instead of having it in Columbus. And here's why. The Ohio State fans are kind of antsy right now. The Ohio State fans are very impatient, especially with Ryan Day right now. They are upset and angry at Ryan Day. Any sign of any problems in that game, if Ohio State starts off slow, you're going to hear boo, boo. That's going to put a lot of pressure on those Ohio State players because those fans are going to be very, very antsy. And they're upset with Ryan Day. They're not happy with Ryan Day right now. So that's not really a huge advantage having it at home. And Tennessee, they coming with a defense and they coming with a running game. And what does and the thing about it is, as good as Ohio State is on the goal line, Tennessee is the best goal line offense in the nation. They're the best. Josh Heupel has so many goal line packages. And this man's going to have, what, 2.5 weeks to prepare for that whole Ohio State defense? That's one game to keep an eye on. The next game I want everyone to keep an eye on is Clemson and Texas. Clemson and Texas. That's not going to be. That's going to be a good game. It's going 4 quarters. Like I said, I'm not picking that game yet, but that game is not going to be a blowout. And you Texas fans that's listening, if you think for 1 minute that just because you got that game in Austin and that you're going to blow Clemson out, you better think again. Ask Ohio State about Clemson in the playoffs. Hmm? Ask Oklahoma about Clemson in the playoffs. Ask Bama fans about Clemson in the playoffs. They're a very dangerous team. So I think those two teams, 8, 9, 5, and 12, are going to be very competitive. Dubs, we're going to do it on the day that they play. That morning, we're going to do that Friday morning and that Saturday morning, that Friday morning on the 20th and that Saturday morning on the 20th. We're going to do a kickoff show. Like I said, I think Penn State is going to mollywop SMU. It really don't matter if it would have been Bama or SMU. I think the results would have been the same, in my opinion. Notre Dame and Indiana, I think it'll be a competitive game. I don't think that game will be a blowout. The reason being is Indiana beat Michigan. Now, we all know now that Michigan is a lot better than we thought they were because Michigan beat Ohio State. And remember, Indiana hung with Ohio State in the first half. Take away those two special team mistakes, that game is a lot closer than what it really was. So I think Indiana will compete with Notre Dame, King George. I think that's a sneaky draw, and the fact that they're in-state rivals. Notre Dame and Indiana is in-state. They're very familiar with each other. Hell, it's like right down the road. So Indiana won't have to travel far. They won't have to travel far at all. So everyone that's automatically putting Notre Dame in the second round, everyone that's automatically putting Notre Dame in the second round, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. That game is going to be very competitive. There, the link is right there, Sikkim. That game is going to be very competitive. I think Indiana and Notre Dame is going to be very, very competitive. Like I said, I'm not picking the games right now, but I think those games, those three games are going to be very competitive. Tennessee and Ohio State, Clemson and Texas. That game is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. And Indiana and Notre Dame. And that's going to kick off the playoff weekend, everyone. Just so you know, the Notre Dame Indiana game is going to be December the 20th, Friday night, December the 20th at 8 p.m. in South Bend in Notre Dame Stadium. And, you know, it's that cold weather is not going to bother the Hoosiers because they play in cold weather also. So that won't rattle them at all. No. So what everyone, I put a poll up, and the poll said, did the CFP committee get it right? 89% is saying yes, and only 11% is saying no. I take it those are Bama fans. I take it those are Bama fans, but I think the committee got it right. There was no way that you could leave SMU out after that performance, after their comeback, that valiant comeback. And like I said, in my opinion, if that game had gone in overtime, in my opinion, I think SMU would have beat Clemson in overtime. Football is all about matchups. Football is all about matchups, and the thing that makes Clemson a dangerous team is because they have a head coach that has been there before. You have a head coach with plenty of playoff experience, and you have a head coach that knows how to win in the playoff. Big Ten takeover, Big Ten conference takeover. We'll see, CP3. We'll see. We'll see. Honestly, we'll see. Because I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Don't be surprised if you have an all SEC championship. Don't be surprised if you see either Tennessee or Texas come out of the top bracket and Georgia come out of that bottom bracket. Don't be surprised if you have an all SEC championship game. Hell, don't be surprised if you have 3 SEC teams in the semifinals. It's happened before. hey, hey, it's happened before. It's three of y'all and four. It's three of y'all and four of us. And what does that mean? The problem is, here's the problem. They got y'all bunched in together. And I don't think that's on purpose, but they got your two best teams. Ohio State and Oregon can't both make it. One of them are going to cannibalize each other out. One of them is not going to make it. One of them is not going to make it. And and on that bottom side, you already know what's going to happen. On that bottom bracket, you already know. You already know. You already know, bro. And Penn State, if Penn now, I'm telling you this now. I think Penn State will get SMU, but Penn State gonna have problems with Boise State. They're gonna have problems with Boise State. They're gonna have problems with Boise State and Indiana. You did? Okay, hold on. Let me try it again. Hold on. Let me try it again, bro. But like I said, these are some very interesting games in the first round. These are some very interesting games in the first round. Some people are picking most of these games to be blowouts. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I heard one fool on ESPN say that the only competitive game is going to be Tennessee and Ohio State. No, not in my opinion. In my opinion, I really, really keep that Clemson Texas game is going to be very competitive. I can't tell you which direction it's going to go. I got to look at some injury reports for Texas and Clemson because both of them got hit with injuries yesterday. Notre Dame and Indiana, I think that game is going to be a little bit more competitive than what the so-called experts say. And that Tennessee Ohio State game, I wouldn't be surprised if that game went in overtime. I wouldn't be surprised if that game went in overtime. That's going to be a 4 quarters heavyweight bout between Tennessee and Ohio State, in my opinion. Yep, CP3, that's going to be the best game. That is going to be the best game. That is going to be the best game. Josh 07, salute to you. I think Notre Dame, Indiana will be slow scoring. Yeah, low scoring. Yes, sir. It will be. It will be, in my opinion, because they Notre Dame. This is the thing about it is, in my opinion. Salute to you, Timmy Lee. Notre Dame, their passing game is not like Ohio State's. Ohio State had an elite. Ohio State had to beat Indiana in the air. Ohio State really couldn't do anything on the ground for a minute. Ohio State had to turn to their passing game to open up that ground game. Now the problem for Notre Dame don't have uh Notre Dame don't have a passing game like Ohio State. So that's why I think Indiana will be able to keep it a little close. Indiana has a run game, and Indiana has a passing game. They have a passing game. That quarterback that they have has a cannon for an arm, and they have some weapons on the outside. And they're going to test that Notre Dame secondary out. And remember, when Notre Dame lost that game to Northern Illinois, Notre Dame secondary could not stop the Northern Illinois wideouts. Northern Illinois, they were being aggressive on offense. And that's the style of play that Indiana plays on offense. They're very aggressive on offense. So that's a dangerous game for Indiana. That's a dangerous game for Indiana. Remember, Notre Dame hasn't really been tested. They haven't really been tested by an elite team. They beat Texas A&M, but Texas A&M ain't ranked. Texas A&M ain't who we thought they were. Notre Dame beat Army. They beat Navy. They beat Texas A&M. Those are their three best wins. So we don't know if Notre Dame is elite. We don't know. But we do know that Indiana has been tested twice by Ohio State and Michigan. So everyone is laughing and laughing and thinking that Indiana's going to get blowed out. I don't think that game is going to be a blowout, in my opinion. Yeah. Indiana, OPP says Indiana is a good team with a good coach. They got something to prove. Exactly. Because people are saying that they're calling them a fluke and saying that they don't deserve to be in there. That those kids, they have 2.5 weeks to listen to how everyone on ESPN and on FS1 is going to predict a Notre Dame blowout. Do you know how much bulletin board material that's going to be for those kids? I'm telling you. 225 girl said, outside of the Dogs, most of the team in the playoffs haven't been tested outside of Indiana. Tennessee, that's what makes Tennessee dangerous. Clemson, Tennessee has been tested. Oregon has been tested. Ohio State has been tested. Penn State has been tested. But Notre Dame, they haven't really been tested. They haven't. Indiana has been tested. And when I mean tested, I mean your offense going up against an elite defense. Yeah, Tennessee has been tested. They're battle tested. That's what makes them dangerous. Very dangerous to draw in the first round. Salute to you, Angelica. Salute to you. Salute to you, beautiful sister. Salute to you. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a wonderful and blessed Sunday. Salute to you. OPP said fast time. They always cheat for no. Nah, I mean, man, back in the days they did OPP. back in the days, back in the days with Lou Holtz and all of them, but that ain't really been cheating for them lately. they been getting the same treatment everybody else been getting lately. But I know what you're talking about. Back in the days when they had the Rocket and Ricky Waters and Tony Rice and all of them, they would cheat. And when they cheated on Miami, when Cleveland Gary, everybody in the stadium know Cleveland Gary scored a touchdown, and they took that touchdown away from him, and Miami would have won back-to-back national titles. One of the few times that Miami has been screwed. Miami has been screwed over so much in college football, man. If it ain't by the referees, by the playoff committee, this man screwed Miami over so many times, man. In big games, man, it's ridiculous, bro, for real. And I'm not even a Miami fan, but I know a screw job when I see one, for real. Yeah, that Ohio State game, definitely. Yeah, they screwed Miami over. Miami looked good all year and then blew it. Yeah, OPP. That losing to Syracuse, man, they had a 21-0 lead. They had a 21-0 lead and lost the game. You can't perform like that and expect for the committee to give you the benefit of the doubt. You just can't, you know. But had they would have won that game against Syracuse, uh, I think they would have been. I think they would have been good for the playoffs. Because one thing about this Miami team, you were never going to blow them out. You're not blowing them out because they with Cam Ward. One thing about that Miami team, they're going to score points. They just don't have a good defense. They're not able to stop. They're not able to stop the other team, but they will score on you. Growing up in the military time, met Buckeyes, Wolverine, Trojans, all kinds of fans from everywhere, bro. Oh yeah, go Dogs. I've met them too when I travel, bro. They them but when I go to Ohio, man, them Buckeye fans, they love their Buckeyes. And if you're not from the state of Ohio, you have to address them properly. You can't go in there saying Ohio State Buck. No, it's the Ohio State Buckeyes. They'll correct you in a heartbeat. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes. That's how you address them. OPP said that defense couldn't stop a cold. Nope. That defense is terrible, man. Mario Cristobal, he better straighten that out real fast. Real fast. That guy that's the defensive coordinator, get him up out of there. That need to be his first order of business tomorrow morning. That defensive coordinator for Miami need to be fired because he's the one person that I blame that cost Miami a chance in the playoffs. He ruined Miami season. That defensive coordinator. Them dumbass 3 down linemen, rushing only 3 men at the quarterback, never blitzing. If you don't blitz the quarterback got time to sit back there in the pocket and dance all day and find a receiver. What do you think is going to happen? The other team is going to score points. They will be horrible next year without Cam Ward. You know, it's a lot of good quarterbacks in the transfer portal. So I think they'll end up getting one. I think they'll end up getting a good one out of the transfer portal. It's so many QBs that are going in the transfer portal. Remember now, Miami, they got this right here. So just like they got Cam Ward, and they have a good class coming in too. So I think they'll get a good one out of the transfer portal. I think they'll get a damn good one out of the transfer portal. Yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone coming out with me, man, chopping it up with me here. I normally don't do this live. I normally will do pre-records on the dog call, but hey, uh, sometimes I would like to come on here and interact with the audience. Now we do this every Friday and Saturday throughout the season, Saturday and the post game show. We didn't get a chance to do a post game show last night, and I announced that yesterday morning that we weren't going to do a post game show last night because I figured the games would be ending very, very late last night. And then I knew that I would be doing a reaction to the selection show tonight. So this was basically a piggyback of the rendition of the post game show, everyone. But before I leave, I have one more order of business. One more order of business to do. And that is, I'm starting to get depressed. It's almost over. Yeah, football season went by real fast, OPP, real fast. But everyone, it's time to pay respects to a couple of schools and a couple of teams. They're going to be Slow Walking Sad Singing, the Slow Walking Sad Singing Award officially. All right. Miami, Bama, Iowa State, UNLV, your season is over. You get the slow walking, sad singing Award. And with that being said, as I always say, let not your heart be troubled. Even though you didn't make it into the playoffs, there's always, just remember, there's always next year. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Love you all. Peace and blessings. Enjoy the rest. Salute to you, D. Santana. Yeah, your Ducks, y'all are the number one seed. But boy, that's a tough gauntlet. That is a let me just put this up here right quick. The committee, this is what they rewarded Oregon with for being the number one seed. This bracket, that top bracket, is the tough bracket right there, man. I'm glad that we in the bottom bracket. I would not want to be in that top bracket. That top bracket, going through that top bracket is just like going through the NBA Western Conference. going through going through that top bracket is just like going through the damn Western Conference in the NBA. Y'all can have that, bro. Hey, man, y'all can have that, bro. When they put us in that bottom bracket, I was happy as hell. I was saying to myself, man, please don't make us no number one seed. All right, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. And to all my fellow DAWG fans, make sure you tune in throughout the week. I'm going to be salute to you, Apple Buckeye. Salute, salute. Just make sure y'all tune in throughout the rest of the week. I will be giving you some injury updates on Thorson and on Carson Beck. They both had MRIs today. Don't know the results. I've been trying, and my ears to the ground, trying to find out the results of those MRIs, but we won't know until sometime tomorrow. So once it comes out, I will keep you all updated, and also with the return of Kobe Young, which would be huge, huge, huge. But definitely we will find out, hopefully tomorrow, if not no later than Tuesday, whether or not we'll be with Carson. Will Carson Beck be available, or whether or not we're going to have to roll with Gunnar Stockton. But either way, I have faith that Kirby will make the right decision. If it's Gunnar, hey, Gunnar did his thing. He went in the second half and led us to a comeback win against one of the best defenses in the nation. I have no reason to doubt. Hey, so it is what it is. So everyone, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Share the video and make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Everyone, love you all. Peace and blessings. Take care of yourselves and each other. And like I always say, go dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. This has been a Dog Call. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.